I am Elizabeth Edu. A brief standoff erupted at the CID headquarters in Accra as supporters of the former Attorney General Godfred Dame clashed with police after being asked to disperse. Dame had arrived earlier in response to a petition seeking an investigation into alleged professional misconduct during his tenure in the ambulance case involving the Finance Minister Dr. Kesla Toforsen and Richard Jakba. Calm was later restored, but the incident drew with wide public and media attention as two prominent political figures appeared before the CID on the same day. Member of Godfred Dame's legal team had also shown up at the CID headquarters to provide legal counsel and support during his engagement with investigators.
We are here to support the former Attorney General Godfred Dame. We are lawyers, about 17 all. We know that he's been invited by the police today. There's a presumption of innocence, so anyone who has been accused of doing something, unless the person has been proven guilty, the person is still innocent. So as lawyers, we are here to show that indeed our client is innocent. The concept of the petition is public knowledge. I think we are all aware why he's here, about certain allegations that have been made against him flowing from that was a trial. And as I said, I don't want to go into the contents of the petition as of now. It's a matter of public knowledge, and as through our discussions, we are able to know what the police think about it and also the way forward. But all we are saying is that we are here to support him and we are here to prove his innocence.
That's the legal team for the former Attorney General Godfred Dame speaking to the media. Also present was the NPP Ashanti Regional Chairman Bernard Entry-Bosiako, known as Chairman Wontumi. His appearance follows a directive from the Attorney General Dr. Dominic Ayeni warning of arrest if he failed to honor the CID's invitation. Wontumi is under investigation over alleged illegal mining activities linked to Akonta Mining Limited. The Attorney General noted that progress on the case was previously hindered by missing dockets.
This is Class 91.3.
Subsequently, the police themselves owned up and presented the docket to my office 2 months ago. So as we speak, the charges against Chairman Wontumi, Akonta Mining, and 5 others have been signed as I speak. Currently, we are waiting for him to be read his right to remain silent, etc. Before we've asked that he should be brought from, Kumasi. His lawyers asked that he should be brought on Tuesday, but I'm insisting that he should be here on Monday. If he doesn't come on Monday, I'm going to order for his arrest so that he'll be brought to Accra. His rights will be read to him, and then we can start the prosecution.
That's the Attorney General Dr. Dominic Ayeni. The chairman's Wuntumi's lawyer, Andy Appiah Kubi, had earlier confirmed that his client would appear before investigators, describing the Attorney General's caution as unnecessary and insisting that his client has also cooperated with authorities. Let's listen to the former Greater Accra youth organizer of the NPP, Moses Abo, confirming the arrival of Chairman Wontumi.
Chairman Wontumi has arrived. Former AG Godfred Dame is also on his way coming. So we are here with the lawyer. The London Police Service has questioned the lawyer that where is he going? The lawyer is asking that the permission the way we are treating people is not the best. So that's what happened. But lawyer has gone. So far we are waiting for.
You heard the former youth organizer for the Greater Accra NPP, Moses Abo, who is still following the former Attorney General Godfred Dame and Chairman Wuntumi's appearance at CID headquarters. We'll bring you more details on those stories subsequently. Now let's move to Parliament, because the chairperson of the Parliament's Local Government Committee, Quensta Mami Pokwa, has called for straight accountability and transparency in the management of funds located to metropolitan, municipal and district assemblies. Speaking in Parliament, Madam Sawyer underscored the urgent need for assemblies to take audit findings seriously and implement corrective measures to safeguard the public purse.
And the everyday Ghanaian who expects that every CD is applied to improve the life of the ordinary person. The committee urges all assemblies to take audit findings seriously, to address issues promptly, and to put in place corrective measures that will safeguard the public purse. We must therefore together build a governance system where every CD allocated to the assembly is traceable, accounted for, and visibly translated into development outcome for our people. In this respect, we take this opportunity to invite all assemblies and the regional coordinating councils that have received invitation to appear before us in full operation for your presentation, clarification, and commitment, which will help the committee to prepare comprehensive reports for the House and ultimately to ensure the Ghanaian people that Parliament is protecting their interests. We are here to strengthen the local governance of this country. Thank you for coming.
That's the chairperson of the Parliament's Local Government Committee, Quensta Mame Pokuya Soya. My colleague Havila Kekeli is in Parliament. Kekeli, what more can you tell us?
Yeah, so during Swami Municipal Assembly's turn, it came to the light that that is the Municipal Coordinating Director told the committee that the Swami interchange has really affected revenue mobilization. But then he explained that certain measures have been put in place to make sure that they meet their revenue target for the year. Let's take a listen.
For 2024, the achievement was 92.7%, which was a bit remarkable, but obviously not excellent. So we are trying to improve upon that. And we've done a lot of interventions. The construction of Swami interchange has really affected our revenue base because most of the traders were just along the corridors of the road. So we have decided to diversify the economy. From the proceeds from the Ghana Secondary City, we decided to build market so that from the market we boost revenue. Indeed, the money that we got from the market last year, we used it to do additional market. Then we also bought 2 septic MTR, and they are giving us a lot of revenue these days. And we actually hope to go into sanitation. Fortunately for us, we have a leeway now to manage sanitation our own way. As we speak, we are buying skippers. We are also buying trucks to manage sanitation in our own way. And Swami, because of the magazine, is also choked. We are buying towing vehicles. Now we've put in place a task force that will ensure the sanitization of the area. So we hope with these things, coupled with digitization of our revenue data, and then the recruitment of additional revenue staff. These days, government is not employing, so it is the assembly that is employing. So with these interventions, together with a little motivation, we believe that the revenue will go up because we are involving assembly members. We are also involving assembly members. We are involving the unit committee as well as the chiefs. We have a lot of engagement with them. There is an incentive package. Whoever collects revenue, the assembly gives a percentage to that person. As it is, if you help us get revenue, at least 10% of that money is given to you.
Kekeli, so what's more happening?
So this very gentleman who is the Municipal Coordinating Director earned so much praise from the committee, which is very rare because this very committee is kind of very, very harsh when it comes to critiquing the various MMDCs, but the Municipal Coordinating Director for Swami Magazine earned some praises today. In fact, he's supposed to be on transfer to another district, but due to his work at his current post, the committee have
recommended to the Ashanti Regional Minister to keep him at post. So I sought to ask him how he felt about this commendation from the committee. And also another thing has to do with the 10% of commission that is the revenue collectors, which I thought was too much. That one too, he gave a response.
Not just a member of the committee, but the whole chair. And before we were coming, we have listened to some of the proceedings, and we know how strict and the committee is. So for me to have won the praise of the committee is something I really appreciate, and I give thanks to Almighty God. It is not looking at what is given them to collect. Well, most of the risks at the district level is not much. A lot of money comes from property rates. Unfortunately, we don't have many of these properties. So if somebody is going to take, for example, a container permit, and the whole amount is 150 Ghana, that 10% is even just about 15 Ghana cedis. So it's just a motivation for them and to spare them up. Because if you reduce it, it's not every revenue that you give it to them. There are those ones, banks and the rest, which are not difficult to collect. But those ones that are community-based and very difficult to collect, sometimes even the identification of the owner of that facility is even a problem. For example, when people organize events, these are done at community level. So you need a community person to engage them and get the money. So the 10% is not very much. Even most of the assemblies are giving 18% as.
Okay, so what's the next step for the committee after today's sitting? So we seems to Kekeli is off the line. We'll still go back and find out what's next for the committee after today's sitting, and also find out the latest report on the Public Accounts Committee sitting last week. Now let's do some other stories, because the managing director of the Metro Mass Transit's lawyer Caesar Kali has blamed the company's deteriorating financial state on leakages in funds and continued reliance on manual methods of handling money by his predecessors. He emphasizes these outdated and inefficient practices have significantly undermined the company's operation and revenue generation. The company has now scaled down its services from 315 nationwide routes to just 80, leaving several communities unserved as it struggles to survive with 115 buses in operation, a sharp decline from the over 1,000 buses in its fleet since 2004. Speaking to the Class Morning Show, Mr. Caesar says the company under its watch operates with just 115 buses but makes about 30 million monthly as compared to his predecessors, where over 160 buses that makes about 8 million monthly.
What our predecessors used to generate. When we came, we realized our predecessors were having more than 160 buses that they have been routing every day, but they were making about just 8-point-something million a month. Today, we are routing just 115, between 115 120, and we are generating averagely about 13 to 14 million a month.
You said 13 to 14 million.
And it's because of the prudent management we have actually put in place. Because we realized that the leakages of revenue were so high, people were preferring with the revenue of the company. Was definitely when drivers and conductors go on roads, they don't bring all the money. So what we did was that, yes, my predecessors initiated an IT solution that is used to collect the money. When we came, it was just about 40% coverage. When we came, we ensured that, as we speak now, about 98% coverage across the country. So when that happened, preferring with the money now reduced drastically. And so we are now sure that at least people may take part of our money into their pockets, but not so much insignificant. Apart from that, we realized that the parcels and the cargo division was also manual. They were just collecting the money, physical cash. And now we have automated that one too. So the workers who have been preferring with the finances, yes, may do so, but at a very lower rate as compared to what our predecessors used to do.
These workers that you claim have been pilfering, is it documented? And what are you doing to ensure that you get
ensuring that the monies all come into our baskets? And when that happens, it means we'll be able to get what we are now mentioning to you.
You heard the MD for the Metro Mass, but speaking on the Class Morning Show.